it's hard to just have that life experience to even know who you are, let alone know what you're looking for in another person.
Yeah.
You know, until you have like done a bunch of stuff, read some books, have had like real experiences that test you, because later in life you're gonna get tested.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're gonna hopefully grow as a person, hopefully change and evolve in your own way without someone else, whether they're with you or not. Like, I feel like for me with Tracy, it's like we're perfect together now, and I can just only speak from my own experience because I evolved into this person, and this is the person I know I want to be.
Right.
Whereas if I would have met her when I was like 23 or even 25, like I didn't even know who I was, you know.
Right. Well, you weren't a person who you were the way you were by choice. You kind of ended up there by circumstance, and now where you're at. Yeah. Where you're at now is someone
I was going with the flow, you know.
Yeah.
I was going with the flow of life wherever the fucking tour was, wherever the band was going, you know.
Sure.
So I did have that lack of control for sure over like
what
was happening in my life, and now I feel like I have full control, which is a really good feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, one
so
thing.
It's different for everybody, but I mean, like, but unless you feel like you've really met the one, because you can't deny high school sweethearts or just people that they meet, they get married a week later, and they're together forever type thing. And, you know, I mean, that's a beautiful thing, you know?
Right. You know, Coby, one way that we connect is that we both, in some part, parented ourselves after a certain point.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's what self-development is.
Just took responsibility.
Yeah, exactly.
Took control. Yeah.
You know, the way I look at it, and the way I kind of framed this, so I was into games, right? PC games and stuff, right? And I used to like put together computer, like I used to kind of build computers and stuff like that, and assemble all these parts together and stuff. And I started looking at my life in a similar way. It's like, oh, I could change a video card in a computer and make that more powerful for gaming. Well, what if I can change out this part of my personality or my body, you know, and actually...
You could change this. You could change this one card and turn it from a horror video game to like freaking like Super Mario Brothers. You know, you can that's a really cool way to look at it.
Yeah,
it's a really cool way to look at it.
Yeah. And so that's the what got me thinking that way was one particular book. It was my first self-development book. What to Say When You Talk to Yourself by Shad Helmstetter.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah. And it talked about affirmations, and that was the first kind of foray for me. And the whole idea that you get to program your mind, and that who I am now is not who I need to be going forward. I can choose my actions today, and that'll be my reality tomorrow.
Well, humans are kind of like, when we're born, we're kind of like a blank hard drive. You know, we have certain things programmed in there, which are our genetics. But then everything, I think what I've learned is that pretty much from when you're born to when you're 7 years old that's when you become like all your natural traits of like what you're like confident in or what you're insecure about or whatever. They're all kind of formed around your nurture from your parents and your household and like people you associate with in those years. So it is kind of like, it's exactly like a computer, like a blank hard drive. And then and that's what I'm saying about the relationships, is that once you get to a certain point, you're like me updating my computer. Your computer needs an update at a certain point.
Yeah.
And then it's up to you when you have the cognitive function to and the tools to take control of that and to actually update your computer, and that's evolving and growing. And sometimes you literally become a different person. You know?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And
the best.
I think it is the best because that's of your choosing. Best. You get to design.
You get to choose, yes. And then you get the opportunity to turn your past into like a way of helping other people.
Yes.
All the shit that happened in your life for however many years. I mean, like David Goggins. I mean, just him getting beaten up and watching his mother getting beaten up, like all that shit. Now he has become one of the best inspirational, motivational athlete, whatever out there because of that shit. If he didn't have that story, no one would really listen. He'd just be a motivational guy, but he wouldn't even have all the motivation because of where he came from.
Right.
He needed that to be this.
Right.